Definitely check this out if you're looking for a nice little shelf for your kitchen, for a coffee bar, or even a Sunday bar. So this was shared with me so I can share it with you. And this is a nice little display for your countertop for coffee or spices or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to get this open and assembled for you. Things it comes with here, we have here some risers, and then they have a little mid riser in there too. Here we have our instructions on how we are going to assemble that, and the bottom there shows what we're going to be looking at here. Then we have these end units right there. They do have the holes on either side, so that way you can use them. It looks like we can use them interchangeably because of that. They do give us a rather nice sized Phillips screwdriver, so that's nice to have all the tools that you need. And then we have our bag there with some screws. All right, so let's get this going. So I thought it might be in my best interest to set up a table. So here we go. These are, of course, our screws. We're gonna set our paper here. First, we're combining the trays. They're all the same size, so that's easy enough. So you're gonna be able to use this center bar, and you're basically gonna be able to make these any width you want. So if you want them to be longer, you just start them here, and then you put this in wherever you want it, into the center, however length you want it. And if you want them shorter, you're gonna do it obviously shorter and put this wherever you want it. So according to this, the small tray end is going to go here, the lower tray end is going to go here, and the upper tray end is going to go here. So we do want to flip them, so it's going to be a flat surface on the top. So then this one here, we're going to put to here, like this, and then the bottom one will go down here to this, and we're just going to screw those in. So let's screw this first one in a while. It does give us black screws here so that we can match well, and we do also have regular nuts, so we'll get one of those out to go with the black screw. There we go. Just put that right like that. All right, so we're just going to put that right into there and pop that through, and then this one here will be able to go right onto there like that, and then we will just be able to screw that right into there and make it tight. And we can worry about the length later. For this part, we could just set it however to get it to be screwed in there. We get the other side, which will be the same. We're going to put that lower one there in the front and push this inside here. All right, and then we just need the bolt, the nut on that one. Just get that tightened a little bit there, and then we'll use the screwdriver that they provided to us to tighten it the rest of the way. And here we go. Tighten that right in there. Easy peasy. Then next we're going to do those top ones. And again, I'm not worried about getting them real tight until the end. We'll just go around and tighten them all later. Just try to get them enough to get a start there pretty good. All right, so then this one's going to go right in here. This one's just going to sit right on that one like that, and like there like that. And we do have longer screws and shorter screws. We're going to want to do a longer screw in this one. We want a longer screw in all these sides. The shorter screws are for the other part. All right, that one started on there, and we'll get one started on this side. All right, there we go. All right, so there we've got that part. Now we just need these pans here. Next, we're going to use these rails here to keep our bottles in or whatever we're going to be storing on here. So we're going to have these on each of the edges. So there's going to be one here. So that is why they gave us 3. These also extend. So we're going to be able to make this all whatever length we want to have it set at. So once we determine if we want it its full length or we want it condensed, that's how we're going to be able to do these. So that's a pretty cool. So these are going to have to be the longer ones too. So there are enough long ones for these yet. So let's do the long ones here. There's our first long one. And these will be kind of simple because we're just going to screw them right into there. Easy peasy there. Of course, we could also do it the other way and just screw the end in, but I feel like this is easier for this one. And then over here, we need another one of the long ones so we can screw it in over here. As you can see, the short ones would not have worked. They're too short. So I think the short ones are going to go for this middle brace down here. So I'll make this as tight as we can there. And then we're just going to screw this one in. All right, that's easy enough. And if you have an electric drill, it'll go faster if you want to speed up your process. Then we'll do the other 2 poles yet. Easily done the same way. Again, we want the long screws for this one. Oh, jeez, making loud noises here. And then on the other side, we're going to need the other screw on this side yet. It's going to go right here. That is going to go right into there. And this just repeats 3 times, so this is not a difficult process here. Just a matter of doing it. Now we just have the very last one to do. Very last of the posts, of the poles here that hold it into place, and then we just have the brace and we're done. So very simple process to put this together. And wrapping up this last side of the roll here. So these are all tight now, and they did give us some extras, so that's nice. In case you lose one, you're good to go. So there's an extra long one there, and then we also have a couple short ones for the brace. Just need to figure out where we're going to put our brace, and we'll be good to go. And then that's how we're going to reinforce it. So you can see the full extent here. So here's how it is. This is its shortest right here, and then it just expands from here. So you can decide how far out you want it. This is as long as it goes. So it goes this long, and then it goes down to this short. So you can play accordion with the shelf if you want to. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna go in the middle here a little bit. I don't want it real long, but I don't want it real short either. So let's see here if we can go, maybe, where do we want it? Where do we want it? Maybe, how about like there maybe? Let's see what that does. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna brace it here with this one. This is gonna be the brace. We're gonna put that where we want it over here. So let's say we want it there. We're gonna stick that nail right in there. We're gonna say this is the size we want. So we're gonna stick that screw right in there, and then we're just gonna tighten that, and we're gonna put, this is where the little ones can go. Here's the little ones. So they're just gonna go right in there like that. And we're just gonna tighten those into there. And after you do the top screws, then you're gonna do the bottom screws, and you're gonna use here, this, and you just put it in the center, and then you're going to attach that, just like this. This is also going to give you a brace for your top, because your bottom one's going to sit on the counter, so you don't have to worry about that one. But the top one here, you want to give it its own brace here to support it, so it doesn't bow in the middle, depending on the weight of your bottles. Alrighty, so I think we're good there. If that's something you're looking for, we're going to get that set up. And here's where it is, here with our coffees. And you can see here, this is not the full length of it. We only have it about a little over half of its way deployed here. You can see it has all the nice shelving there, so it can support all of your items. You can just wipe it down if it gets messy. So super easy. It gives it a nice look there to the kitchen. You can see. So definitely check this out if you're looking for a nice little shelf for your kitchen, for a coffee bar or even a Sunday bar, any kind of little margarita bar, whatever you're doing there, you can have a nice little organized place to keep all of your ingredients. So check it out if this is something you're looking for.